I'm gonna be miserable for the rest of my life. My life. My life. My life.
1, 2, 3, 4, my cracking Monday.
Damn it, fuck it, we're still not used to this yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, my
We're
cracking
cracking
Mondays with Comcast. You're welcome to the show.
Hey guys!
Hey,
Happy
everyone.
Monday! Our favorite day of the week. Nah, fuck it.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Today is Monday, and it is the first day of any week. It is my second least favorite day of the week.
What's worse?
Sundays, because it's God's Day.
Yeah.
Also because it leads up to Mondays, which are horrible.
Which day is Satan's Day?
Satan's Day is definitely
Friday?
whatever day. Friday sounds pretty good because it has fry in it, like to fry things.
Lake of Fire and Fry.
Or perhaps Thursday because it's named after a pagan god.
Tyr. They all are kind of Odin's Day
Odin's
and
Day
Tyr's Day and I don't know. I think they're all
Friday is named after, of course, King Friday from.
It's named after the restaurant Fridays.
I mean, Mr. Rogers' Labor Mood. Anyway, we have a show.
We have a show.
A sexy vest today.
Yeah, we found this at the laundry.
Look at it.
It looks more like a gun holster than a.
Just on me though.
Just on Sam.
It's an extra small. So whoever left this at the laundromat, if you're watching this show, I have your sexy vest.
Also, before we get going.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Before you get going, I don't know if you remember last week, we started these awesome expanding...
I could, pull up a clip right now.
Expanding sea creatures. And I put the lobster in there at the beginning of the show. We watched him grow a little bit. He's gotten so much bigger.
Yeah.
And since then, we put in the tuna and the sea turtle.
The sea turtle got a little broke, but how's he doing now?
Well, that's the thing. He's doing great. And when he expanded, his joint fused a little bit.
Well, it didn't really fuse. It just sort of, I feel like it expanded into place.
Yeah. It's set up all right. But that's the problem, is that, first of all, this shit leaks. And second of all, it's this tiny little itty-bitty mouth. So, we couldn't fit... The sea turtle was crippled, putting him in there. So we're going to use this orange juice container. And, we're just going to dump the rest of these guys.
Dump it in!
We have, you want to open these up and tell us what we're looking at as we go?
Alright, so first we have a starfish here. It's yellow. We know many famous starfish, such as Patrick Star and another starfish that I can't remember. What else do we have? We have a wonderful little green octopus with its 8 legs. One seems to be shorter. Perhaps it got in a fight with a barracuda.
That's its modified arm to be used as a sexual organ, is what that is.
What else do we have? We have, in its own special princely package, we have a seahorse.
I think this is one I've really been waiting for.
Yeah, this dude's going to get fat and pregnant.
Yeah.
Bloop. We have a sunfish. Is that what that's clown?
That's a clownfish.
That's not a clownfish.
It could
you
be.
have a clownfish? No. What?
Oh, sorry. It's an
clownfish
angelfish, maybe.
Angelfish. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sunfish. Angel. Well, actually, it could probably. Be
It's a fish.
It's a fish. It goes in the thing. And then we have the crab, Mr. Krabs, the Krabby Crab of all the crabs in the crabbing world, and it likes to live on the beach, but we're gonna drown it because.
Have you ever seen crabs swim? They actually look kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyway,
I've been attacked by crabs and then thrown them into the ocean and watched them escape.
That's
it's very deliberate. So there's our guys, and we're gonna we're gonna keep an eye on them throughout the course of the show. They're gonna be right.
Put them right there.
Behind
That's
our
good.
brains.
I like the brains.
Yeah.
All right, so people, we have some stuff. We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
A lot of stuff to talk about.
Lots of stuff going on right now.
We've been starting every single week for the past 3 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. This is the third episode.
And including the update that we had at the beginning of the season was with news about the government shutdown. And it ended.
It did end.
It did end.
Rather anticlimactically.
Yeah,
I may say.
honestly,
I was hoping for a shootout. Do you remember the Simpsons episode where they remake Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
Yeah.
Mel Gibson? I was hoping for something more like that.
It should have been like that. But I can't even find any like news on like what happened. Like if I search shutdown end news in Google, it's like in the wake of the government shutdown, this is what's happening. We're like, no, like what?
Honestly,
who said guys?
This is what happened. The Republicans were like, the Senate was like, dudes, we got this thing. We're gonna vote on it. Speaker Boner was like, fine, I'll give you a vote because the government was about to be, default on their loans, and so then they voted, and obviously it passed with flying colors. To reopen the thing, and they moved back the date to January 15th, and they're going to talk about stuff. Nobody got anything, and I like what Obama did because he made speech the next day, and I don't know the whole thing, but I like this one little bit, which is what most Americans hear, which makes them like him even more. He said, "Nobody won."
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
yeah. And then Steve Buscemi came out and said, "I hope everyone remembers the government shutdown in the next election."
Who said that?
Wise words, Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi? Yes, Steven. Great juggler, according to my brother. Interesting. Yeah, I worked on a movie with him. Said he sat around and he was on set whenever they had nothing to do. He had like beanbags in his pocket and he'd juggle.
Weird. All right. Anyway, that's the end of the government. So
that's good. I'm glad we don't have to fucking do that.
Don't
shit
worry
anymore.
About it anymore.
Let's get some news that we give a shit about. Let's talk about Bigfoot, guys. Some of this is a couple weeks old already, but we hadn't really got to it, and I'm glad because more showed up. First of all, there's this group who have been operating. Not that any Sasquatch research organization is really in the public eye, so to speak. But these guys have been deliberately operating as off the radar as they can, really keeping a low profile. The Sasquatch Genome Project. And for about 5 years, I think, they've been collecting samples, allegedly.
Of what?
Of
semen?
Of Sasquatch. I don't think
samples of Sasquatch.
No Bigfoot come, unfortunately. And doing tests and
because then we could just impregnate a willing female.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that speaking of impregnating females, their findings that they released, and this was on Fox News and it was all over the place, that they were like Bigfoot lives, were that basically they had mitochondrial DNA, which comes from the mother, and other DNA. What's the other one called, Jordan? Regular DNA. Regular DNA and mitochondrial. And then the nuclear DNA, which comes from the father. So the mitochondrial is much easier to test. That they basically figured out that it comes from both. Anyway, it's easier to tell who someone's mother is than their father from DNA. So I can't really get deep into the details, but it's basically they had human DNA in the mitochondrial and mixed in the nuclear. In the nuclear it was I think like a single genome off from humans. And through their analysis, what they came up with was that Sasquatch is a race of human-ape hybrids. The apes, whatever ape it was, is extinct. Gorilla. And now only the hybrids still exist. Now,
Capuchin.
To release this, no journal would publish it. Like, that was the big deal, was that this got published, but it turns out that no journal would actually publish it, and they bought a different journal and renamed it in order to get this published. And it was, like, highly suspect, and I saw people look at it and say that it looks more like DNA contamination. On the other hand, they had quotes from the labs, because when they were sending this out to labs, they didn't tell anyone what they were testing, and a lot of the labs were saying, without knowing what it was, guys, it looks like you discovered a new species, without knowing that was supposed to be. So anyway, it's a big thing. Look up Sasquatch Genome Project. Do your own research, because there's a lot of information. Way too much for me to go over now, but it's very interesting. Now, only a couple weeks later, another guy was doing something with Yeti DNA. And again, I wish I could find this guy's name.
Are they related or?
No, these were completely separate. It was the cool thing. Okay, well, I can't find this guy's name, but again,
Yeti research.
Yeti DNA evidence is a easy Google search. But this guy had a not dissimilar finding in that it was a hybrid of one extinct species and one modern species. What he tested from his Yeti DNA samples, but it wasn't a human and an ape. It was bears. That Yetis were bear hybrids, part polar bear and part the mitochondrial DNA matched polar bears and the nuclear DNA matched DNA from the jawbone taken from a prehistoric cave bear. So
it's just a bear.
It's a bear hybridized between this polar bears and this extinct species.
So if I am to understand this,
yep.
Basically, what we have discovered is that this elusive Yeti, or Yetis, that have been plaguing the Himalayan people, are just bears.
Well, what we've discovered is fuck all. Because this guy's research, people are looking at it critically, and it's not making sense, and it's looking like there might be contamination involved, and it all seemed really exciting for about a week, and like always with Sasquatch research, we're kind of back to square one, because none of it makes any sense. But it's all really interesting at the same time. We've raised a lot of new interesting questions, which is even a good thing to have in kind of fringe science, because a lot of times you don't even have good questions to ask.
Where's my sandwich?
Yeah.
That's what I usually ask in fringe science places.
But it's, so are they
right, Fred?
Mutant, upright walking cave bear hybrids? Are they gorilla fuckers from the past?
Or capuchin?
Who knows? But that's so just Google Sasquatch Genome Project.
I actually hope they're bears, because that would be kind of cool if there's just like this unknown super bear that lives out in the.
That's what they're talking about. Unknown super bear.
It'd be kind of just like a regular bear, but it'd be like an unknown, big bear.
Yeah. In other news, in completely unrelated news,
in Pacific news,
potentially related, we're still talking about fucking in general. Japan, the country of Japan,
it's a country,
is going through what they are calling a crisis.
Which is a crisis.
Well, basically,
there are apparently two schools of thought on this subject. However,
people between what the ages we're getting, 18 and 25, under 40, and especially people in their early 20s, are becoming less and less interested in sex in Japan.
Well, not necessarily less interested. They're just not having it.
They're just not they're not having it, and a lot of people in recent surveys have said they are either uninterested or actually disgusted by the idea of sexual relationships. We're talking about nearly half of the female population and a good third of the male population in that age bracket is anywhere from meh or horrified by sex. And apparently they're looking at a 33% drop in the country's population in the next 40 years, I think it said, or 50 years.
Something like that.
This terrifies Japan. Sam, do you want to explain why?
Well, because because the Japanese people would go extinct.
No. See, now, it might terrify Japan, but it doesn't terrify me. This delights me. You all know about me and Sam's dispute on whether there are or are not too many people. I think something like this, I mean, I'm not saying it is, but I have to wonder if this isn't some weird, like, genetic, like, click that's gone off, where, like, we've realized there's too many people, and biologically we're shutting down the mechanisms in our brains that reproduce, because, like, there's simply too many fucking people, especially in a country like, Japan, where the cities have serious population issues.
Well, Japan's also very small.
Yeah, it's little, and there's lots of people on that island, or those islands. And
what about China?
What about China? Well,
Are they
China
still making babies?
They're still there.
What about Mexico City?
They got room to go out if they want to. It doesn't matter. There's too many people, and I think it's really good that we're looking at making less people.
The problem with this, regardless of the factor of whether there's too many people, the idea that it is a good thing that there would be a smaller generation coming up. Well, I mean, not a smaller generation, a drastically minimized generation that follows ours, whatever, is potentially really bad for a lot of different reasons. People over 50 rely on people under 30 for, food, or not food, but for care. You know what I mean? Without younger people, I don't know, like schools may suffer. I don't know. Things could happen that are bad. I'm not thinking properly right now.
In the grand scheme of things, though, if you're looking at, I've heard figures that say, if the climate and the population and basically human society continues at its current, rate, then in 50 years the carrying capacity of the world will be reduced to 1 billion.
What does that mean, carrying capacity?
Basically, we'll be able to produce enough food and have enough clean water for 1 billion people to be living on the planet. Right now, there's 6 billion, 7 billion. So if you're looking at a future, if we're saying like, okay, potentially a smaller generation is a solution to this. Not that this is being done deliberately, but basically, if you're looking at a future where hundreds of thousands potentially of people over 50 are dying of preventable diseases because there's not enough, the healthcare system is dwindled out, versus a future where billions of families are starving to death.
Well, okay, but that's the question then of like, should we sacrifice Japan for the rest of the world?
Shut the fuck up, THC. THC.
Should we sacrifice Japan for the rest of the world?
I don't think it's quite that simple. I don't think it's just gonna, By the way, Japan's doing this on their own. I'm not saying, I'm not telling Japan not to have babies. And I don't know. I hope this becomes a more global trend.
It will not.
Okay. Well, regardless, I say keep going.
If you make it your mission for it to be a global trend, I will make it my mission to have as much sex with as many people as possible.
Okay. I'll see how that works out for you. It'll probably work out great, actually. Yeah. What would I do? How would I make that my mission? What would I just go around with a bullhorn like, stop fucking? Like, wear a condom.
You wouldn't be the first person.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. The other theory that I'm going for is that the one thing they brought up in the article was that in the past, Japan has not been squeamish about sex, basically because there's not a big religious population, or culture in the country. They're not held back by those values. Not religion that will keep you from having sex. Not anti-promiscuous religion like we have in a lot of the Western world. But not that Japan is not Western. Japan's as Western.
Okay, moving on.
Whatever is that? I think conversely to religion being against promiscuous sex. At the same time, I think religion also encourages marriage and family, and having a culture where those things aren't being encouraged by religious values. It might be like, this is how many people in the world are just uninterested in having sex.
Are you implying that you yourself are encouraged by religious values to make a family?
I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying like there's might be a larger population of people in the world who have no interest in sex at all, and just kind of cultural values have perpetuated the creation of families.
Yeah, perpetuated there.
And without that drive, all these people who don't like sex are just like, okay, sure.
Well, sadly, as hilarious as that would be, I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because I don't think it would have been so sudden and in a single generation.
Yeah.
Well, no, because religion is older than 25.
Yeah. I'm done with this. Okay. Moving on.
Also in the Pacific area, Australia is on fire. Also, China can't see.
Care to elaborate?
Australia right now, there's like 4 big fires, or 3 or 2 or 4 big fires burning in New South Wales or something like that, and
someplace named after somewhere smaller than it.
Well, I think it's New South Wales, and they're worried that it's going to combine into a super fire. Which is terrifying. Also, in China, there's a city, I don't remember which one, a city in the north of China shut down its roads and schools and, I don't know, probably government buildings and whatnot today because of the thickness of the smog. The visibility was down to 150 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So that's rough.
Yeah.
People couldn't see more than 150 feet.
I have a question about Australia.
Hit.
Something I had heard. Now I heard this, I think, originally from my brother, which means it is. Who knows how true it is?
So many things your brother has said.
They're always based on fact, but
that's like saying the sky is a color and therefore it is green.
Well, has nothing to do. But basically, that the bulk of what we call the Australian outback, the kind of badlands, or the grasslands, used to be forest, and they became desert almost all at once when they were many thousands of years ago. They were basically deliberately all set on fire by the Aborigines who lived there thousands and thousands of years ago, basically to wipe out the Magalania lizards because they were so fucking horrified by them. Which is totally, if they did that, I'm right behind you. Like, that's just something we needed to get off of this planet. The Magalania were like 30-foot long, like horrible monster lizards God knows how many people they just like ate for fun. Now
6.
Yeah, I don't know, but maybe this is a repeating trend that we have.
Maybe
all of Australia lighting on fire.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, that also sounds completely impossible and doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Australia's on fire, and China is having a rough time with its pollution. Also, New South Wales is down here.
New South Wales is down there? Okay.
So, Australia goes like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the outback up here.
Okay. So what's it like down New South Wales? I don't know.
I mean, like the rest of Australia.
Okay.
In any case, that is what's up in the news. Oh, also Nirvana has been nominated. Whatever, to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because a group has to be, it has to be 25 years after their first release for them to be, put up for induction. And so, they're doing it, because it's been 25 years.
Since their release of their single of Love Buzz, which was a cover of a Shocking Blue song. Not many people know that. So was, same, Bananarama's Venus was a cover of the same band. Poor Shocking Blue, awesome band who have, their covers have overshadowed their actual career. But anyway, it's really good because basically my understanding of how the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame works is there's like one guy who chooses everything and he's an asshole.
Probably.
So like Madonna's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which, no beef against Madonna, but Madonna's in there and like Kiss isn't.
Well, Kiss is nominated now too.
Oh, Kiss is nominated now? Oh, thank God. But yeah, like
In the same
match.
match.
Led Zeppelin isn't. And like stupid shit like that
Weird.
isn't in there. And then like Michael Jackson is. And it's like he's the king of pop. It says right in there, pop.
Are you sure Led Zeppelin's not in there?
It was either Led Zeppelin or AC/DC. I can't remember. Something really incredibly obvious. So it's.
What about Def Leppard?
I don't know. But the point is, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is atrociously curated.
What about the Beatles?
I don't fucking know. Shut up. Okay, guys. All right. Hey, let's check on our things. Oh, look at that.
Hey, look, they look the same.
Oh, they look exactly the same. Oh, cool. So, we're gonna talk about we're both working on Halloween costumes right now, Sam. Yeah. Are you guys working on your Halloween costumes? Because I'm really excited. Halloween's like my favorite holiday.
Are you waiting for a response?
I don't know. Are you?
No.
Okay, I almost don't want to show it, but
I'm not showing mine.
I can show some pieces of it. Sam, you gotta show yours.
No, it's a surprise.
It's unfinished. Here's the mask, and then there's a whole entire chest piece here. And I get to play a gig with my band.
Brian plays an instrument.
With a whole... I get to play bass in this fucking thing. And it's gonna have a tail and horns and all kinds of stuff. And big spikies on the shoulders. And this isn't fun unless you do yours. Sam's costume's hilarious.
I'm not putting on my costume.
Oh, you suck.
I'm saving it for Halloween. It's a surprise.
You suck. You suck.
All the 2 people that watch this show will then know what I'm going to be.
Ugh.
Anyway, Halloween is coming up, and we're going to carve our pumpkins, and we are fully open. Even though you guys don't really know how to use Facebook, apparently, we are very much open to you posting things on our Facebook page, which has existed for a very long time, and is fully accessible to everyone. Suggestions as to what to carve into our pumpkins. I am looking for good ideas only.
I've already made my decision pretty much. If you guys can convince me of something else completely awesome, I'll change it. But as of now, I'm doing Hank Hill. And we're going to be carving our pumpkins during the show next week. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you guys get to watch.
Or we're going to pre-record it, perhaps.
Or we'll see, yeah. We'll see.
In any case, you will see the carving first-hand or second-hand.
Or, like, I don't know. Some hand. You'll see it hand job.
7th hand?
You'll see it hand jive contest.
Also, Halloween is fun because it is cool. And it's fun to scare people and pretend to be something else so that one, not me, could escape their life.
Okay, we're going to move on to a segment that we've had to cut out for a while because NASA's been shut down, and NASA's where all the space stuff happens, and it sucks because there was all this Mars junk, and the water, and the soil.
Just Mars dogs.
Just Mars. Everywhere. We found, the giant face on Mars? Just like, kind of way below that, there was the penis on Mars. There's a giant stone penis that looked like a...
And Olympus Mons is named Mons for a reason. Like pubis Mons.
Okay. Alright, sure.
It's part of the body.
Yeah.
case,
Olympus Mons is the big anus. But so, Sam and Brian Go to Space is back, and we do have some space.
That's us going to space, baby. Wow.
Sam, do you want to tell us what happened in space?
Well, there's an asteroid. Asteroid. Another one. You know, there's been lots of asteroids. There was that one from Armageddon. There was that one from Deep Impact. And thankfully, well, I mean, the one from Deep Impact hit pretty hard. Also, the one from Armageddon hit a little bit, I think, too. Like Paris or whatever. In any case, we basically escaped those with very few casualties. And then there was that other one that is doing close flybys around and stuff like that. And now there's another one that could hit us in some number of years.
2032.
2032, which is less than 20 years away.
Here's the thing: if we can call out asteroids that might hit us 20 years ahead of time, they don't really scare me that much. I'm pretty confident that, like, as a species, we can handle an asteroid at this point. You know?
Not if everyone stops having babies, though. Japan.
I think it'd be great. I think it'll be fine. Old people can take care of the asteroid.
Do you remember the movie Space Cowboys? Because Tommy Lee Jones died on the movie. So I'm not so sure about it. In any case.
Okay.
That's what's happening in space.
Sure.
Also in space are other things we don't know about. If you like space, go to space.gov for more information.
That exists?
Probably.
Check it. Let's see
Okay.
it now.
I'm gonna go there.
Let's show
Space.
the people.
Oh, sorry everyone. Hang on a second. Okay, here we are. Space.gov.
You already went to space.com, I see.
Look, space.gov doesn't exist.
We should buy it, Sam. We should make it.
You can't buy government things.
No. Well, but what if we say we're the kings of space? Well, then will they let us? If we represent the government of space?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
We could get a recommendation from the Space Post.
What was on space.com, though, when you saw it?
I don't remember. Let's check. Space.com. It's probably awesome. It is loading. Ooh, yeah. Comet ISON. Oh, incredible technology. How to find dangerous asteroids. We were just talking about that, remember? Yeah, what? Yeah, your audio's on.
Yeah.
Space flight. There's hair in space.
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, new iPhone app lets you see which spy satellites are watching you.
Oh.
I'm gonna look at this and then download it right now.
Dude, space.com is sweet. I'm glad we checked this out.
Orbit Logic of Greenbelt, Maryland has created Spy Me Sat, an app that provides notifications when spy satellites and unclassified imaging satellites are zooming above your head and maybe taking a picture. Anyway.
That way you can just flip them off every time.
Or put your foil helmet on only when you need to.
Let's make this a new segment where we think, hey, this might be a cool website. And then go to it.
We need a good name, but I'm sure it will come eventually.
Okay, well that's that. That's a good segue right into Tech Talks, though.
Tech Talks!
And in fact, one of the things we're talking about on Tech Talks is unfortunately something we've talked on Tech Talks before.
About tech on the TikTok.
CISPA. You all know CISPA. You all hate CISPA, hopefully, or I hate you.
CISPA.
In case you don't, I can't even keep track of what they fucking stand for.
Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act. I looked at it before the show this time.
Okay, good call.
Cyber Intelligence. Oh, it costs $2.
Cyber Intelligence Sharing and what the fuck is wrong with my mouse? Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act.
Basically, this is with SOPA, the Society for Protection of Elvish Welfare, that they're trying to stop us from using the internet like we want to. Oh, write down. Well, I'll just segue.
It's the Big Brother bill. It's they can watch you through your computer and buy all your information and use it however they want and give it to and there's no regulation.
There's requirements to do so from providers and whatnot.
Yeah,
and that's what's up. And it's back in the Congress. And
we
people
thought we
trying
were
to do
done.
stuff.
We thought we were done with this like twice. It's a horrible bill. It's a mess. Everyone hates it, and they keep putting it back
I hate
in.
it.
Pretty much everyone hates it. I don't like. I haven't found anyone.
Well, the congressmen that keep trying to, or senators,
They don't count as people. I mean, real people. Like I haven't.
Like Fozzie Bear is a real person.
Yeah, Fozzie Bear.
I mean, like they count like real people as Fozzie Bear counts as a real person.
No, Fozzie. I trust.
Are you saying Fozzie Bear's above?
I trust Fozzie Bear's judgment on politics way before I trust basically anyone in Congress. Yeah, but like, you know, conservative or liberal, or it doesn't matter. It's pretty much by the populace. It's universally hated and understood that it's like completely unconstitutional. And it's just a wreck.
It's just bad, you know. And I don't want the thing. Speaking of all of this, let me just pull this junk up real quick because I just remembered that I wanted to talk about it anyway. Comcast is hang on. In certain areas. Oh no, data limits. Comcast is going to put in place some stupid data overage fee limits in certain markets. Thankfully, not including Boston, which you all know this also as your phone data. If you have a smartphone, you know you have two. They just got rid of you have the availability of unlimited cell phone data. A year and a half ago or whatever, and now they're trying to do that with your internet too, so that you'll get some amount of gigabytes a month, and if you go over that, you have to pay extra money. So like, you have a limited amount of internet.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Which, imagine you go to a library, and yeah, if you check out a book and you don't return it in time, then you got to pay money. But imagine going to the library and the first hour is free. No, heck, you just have a book. You get a book. You buy a book from the bookstore. You pay for the book. Pay $14.95 for the hardcover. And then you take it home, and then you get to page 50, and then you have to pay some more money, even though the pages are right there.
Yeah.
That is what Comcast is trying to do.
That's seriously messed up.
I understand doing it on phones, because it's a mobile device. It's a new technology. But the internet itself is something that is about accessibility.
It's about accessibility, and at this point, it's infrastructure. You know.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to do this for the same reason that NSTAR can't just decide like, this month we're gonna charge twice as much for electricity.
Yeah.
Those companies are regulated by the government because would be so easy for them to abuse people just on a mass level. And, we have yet to realize, in a legal sense, that accessibility to information is that important. And the internet is part of our infrastructure now.
Yeah.
Which is sad,
Just
but hopefully we'll
stuff.
get there.
Just move it.
There are class action lawsuits coming that are gonna do all that stuff for us. It's gonna be cool.
But before that even happens, let's get the politicians to say no to it.
Yeah,
is the first step.
Yeah. Well, is it okay? Yeah. Or let's find out how to steal internet. I'm a fan of that too.
They control all the wires.
Now, with continuing with tech talks, there's fun shit too. This is something I really like.
Barely fun shit because Comcast is destroying everything.
You guys like Mario Brothers, right? Yeah, of course you do. Super Mario Brothers. It's an awesome video game. I played it a lot when I was a little kid because my brother would always play Super Mario Brothers 3. But that one was too complicated for me. Somehow that jump was too hard for me when I was 5. So I would always play the first one. And
which is the best.
It's awesome. It's
not the best.
Whatever.
It's fine.
It's really good. And they have released, and who's they, by the way? Who
This
I'm talking
dude
about
on
here?
the internet.
The internet. An internet
guy on the internet.
has released
and he's getting in trouble for it.
He's getting in trouble for it. An in-browser version of Super Mario Brothers.
But it's not just an in-browser version.
It's widescreen.
It's not just widescreen.
It's full screen.
It's full screen, as in, if your resolution is 4,000 pixels wide, it can be a 4,000 pixel window, but it'll still be the same length width that way. So, if
you could conceivably have on one monitor the entire level.
world. If I play it on my monitor that's in my bedroom, which is this wide, I can see. When I get to the end of the level, you still stay in the middle of the screen. But when I get to the end of the level, there's like 10 inches of just blue sky where the world ends, off to the right, where there's nothing. Anyway, let's check this out. It's not going to run very well on this computer because I'm currently broadcasting. But we're going to do it anyway. Bam. Here it comes! Oh my god!
So what we're doing this? What are the legal ramifications for saying? I thought this was going to be fun, and now we're back into web freedom.
Well, it's illegal.
Yeah,
because it's copyright infringement.
Copyright infringement, and obviously against Nintendo.
See, look. Oh, wait. I need to reload it now. See how it was thin there? Now. Oh, look. Now it's even bigger. When it loads.
It'll get there.
There it is.
So do we think this is gonna get taken down soon?
I have no idea.
Well, while it's up, guys, go to fullscreenmario.com. Especially if you're at work, because there's only so long that you'll be able to play Mario on your work computer.
It's true, unless you download a NES emulator.
Yeah, but you can't not on your, if you're working in an office and you're just like hanging around, and who knows what kind of horrible lockers they have on there. Go down the pipe.
Oh, fine.
Secret!
Blip, blip, blip.
Ooh, that's weird. You're so methodical, Sam. Hey guys, how does that look?
Probably awesome.
Is it like super jumpy? It's just slow for us.
Jump! I don't want that coin. It's dumb.
I hate it because it's different. What's that all about?
I don't know. It wouldn't jump.
Alright, line it up like you did before. Sam nailed this before.
Whoa! Yeah.
5,000 points.
Got my butt up the pole. I'm probably not going to get any fireworks, though.
Why not?
Because I'm not... Oh, well, maybe, actually. I had a lot of time left. See how many I get. More than 3. Oh, none. None fireworks. Anyway, that's that. See, look, all that blue space over there. Crazy.
That's weird.
Anyway, back to us.
So that's a cool thing that exists out in the world now.
If you like games.
If you like even I mean, that's just classic. That's like saying
games.
like, oh, I'm not a movie buff. It's like, well, have you seen Back to the Future?
Some people haven't.
I'm looking at Jordan.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break now to show one of our favorite segments, our favorite new segments, Freya on the show.
She won't move.
Look, it's a cat. Meow. Yeah. She hates everything, but that's okay.
No, she loves everything. That's the whole point. Look, she didn't even know she wants to be over here, and I bet she just sits down.
Hey, lay down, dummy. No, she's going to jump. Bye. Anyway, moving on. What else? Oh, art and stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some stuff to show you. First, let's just do that and then do that.
Yeah.
So there's this thing. Some of you may know about it, and I just found out about it yesterday. But in Jakarta, the city of Jakarta, there are people that train monkeys to ask people for money on the streets. So they train the monkeys to go up to people and beg for money.
I don't think this is just Jakarta. I think this is
apparently it's famous in Jakarta.
Across Southeast Asia and into
it's
India.
Famous in Jakarta. Though.
But Jakarta's where the shit goes down.
Yeah, it's like the thing in Jakarta. It's like a business in Jakarta.
It's all you do.
Anyway, they dress up these monkeys as people dress monkeys up, and they train them to ask people for money. But they also do some other weird stuff, like put doll masks on them to make them look like little children. And that's what we're going to show you right now. Ready? Here it goes.
You guys think that sounds fucked up? You haven't even seen it yet.
All right, so it's pretty creepy and awesome, but here we go. Basically, this is what we're looking at. What? Monkey.
Look at that shit.
Look at that. That's pretty weird. But that's not even the weirdest one, because that one you can kind of see the monkey. If we get deeper, look at this.
I just love the pose. He's in such like a power stance.
So this is obviously a thing that exists outside of this art project. This is just someone actually documenting.
So he didn't set these up. These monkeys.
Well, he may have posed the monkeys or put them in places, but these no doubt it's in Jakarta.
These masked monkeys are just chilling around Jakarta. That one looks like a thug. Jesus, he's got Braveheart makeup on.
Yeah, like he put it on that horse, obviously. Yeah. But so this is just really weird, you know? Like these monkeys, they're just wearing these little doll masks, and they kind of look like little children, and they beg people for money. Look at that!
Go! You got to slow down here.
Look at that one. That looks awesome.
That's crazy. Whoa, that's freaky.
Yeah, it's really
They all look like they're rapping.
It's because of their little hats.
No, it's because their poses they're in. They're like, whoa. They look.
Yeah. So this is very weird, and I want to explore this this
See,
sort
look
of
at
thing
that.
more.
That is an absolute thug. He's got parachute pants on. Look at that.
I want to explore this more and see what we'll see what this is all about. I want to see if I can find videos or something like that.
You think the monkeys can see?
Yeah. Look at the giant eye holes.
I guess, yeah. That one's. Is he buttoning his shirt up?
Yeah, probably. No, he's just holding on to it. There you can actually see the monkey holding the doll mask. It's just a regular looking monkey, you know? And here they are on with the doll heads. Very weird.
Oh, man.
Very, very weird.
That one.
And no doubt it's only freakier when you see these guys running around the streets and begging you for money. You know, it's just you know, it's weird.
A viewer left. I think they were just like, no, I'm not doing this.
That's fair. It's valid. Anyway, so that's I want to see more of that.
There was a similar. I found a photo book once I was at a library, and it was a similar project, and it was somewhere in Central Africa. Sorry, not Central Africa. More like kind of just sub-Saharan Africa.
So Central Africa.
Yeah, Central Africa, but not like, you know, jungly Central Africa.
Not like the Congo.
Yeah. Sub-Saharan Africa. I can't remember what country, but there was this one specific town where animal trainers were like congregating, and there was this whole culture of these guys who had these like really elaborate get-ups. It looked almost like samurai like outfits, and they had like, you know, pieces of garbage like woven into them and stuff, and there was these get-ups that these guys wore, and they all had like hyenas on chains.
Oh yeah, I know these pictures.
And so they had baboons and like all kinds of animals, and like baboons and hyenas are like two of the meanest, fucking most violent, just rip you apart for no reason animals that are out there. And these guys are just walking around with them, and it's like a culture, but for some reason there was this town where these people just congregated, and it was really weird.
Yeah, you should look those pictures. If you just Google search for hyena. There's crazy pictures.
I've looked everywhere for them, and I haven't been able to find them.
There's crazy pictures of these guys with their hyenas. It's very, very strange to see, because they're not tamed. They are tamed, but they're
yeah.
Lord, please.
I mean, there's a guy.
It's these.
Is it these guys? Yeah, that's looking more like it.
Hang on, there's better ones. Here, let me get to the thing.
Yeah. Is this one here? Because I remember half of it was the fact that these guys are trainers, but then they also had these crazy get-ups. Yeah, they had these.
Here's a whole bunch of them with their hyenas. There's a little girl sitting on a hyena.
Yeah, and they got these cool dress that. But go up. There was a guy. What was the guy with the? What's this shit?
That's a baboon. That's the guy.
He's got a stick. I thought he had like a big fucking knife. Yeah, it's crazy. These aren't even. Oh, here was a really cool. Go up. This is more like the kind of these outfits that they had on. They look almost like samurai armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. I just love the dudes' get-ups, and they're great photos because these dudes just like are totally like hamming it up in them. They're all like, wow.
Also in Africa news, rather animal news, but specifically in Africa, people are going to start low-jacking rhino horns to catch and prosecute poachers that steal rhino horns. So they're thinking about putting little tiny sensor chips in all the rhino horns, so that if the rhinos are killed for their horns, they can track the horns and then catch the people to do it.
Yeah, they're really not fucking around in a lot of southern Africa with poaching. I know our science correspondent, Jordan Tower, was in Africa a couple years ago, I guess, and she was saying it was just like in Tanzania, it's just like, oh yeah, like if this poachers, like you just shoot them, like whatever.
Yeah.
Or India too, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're really not at all lenient with like they're just it's just like a fucking shoot on sight policy with poachers because
they're evil.
I mean, partially because they understand the ecosystem is so delicate, and I think also partially because like so much of their economy is based on tourism, and it's like if they lose.
Well, also it's just wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll also, it's a corner of the world that hasn't been completely morally fucked in the face yet, like we have here, and people do things just because it's wrong, have motives other than money. Oh, look at me. Look how I'm thinking, Sam. What the hell's wrong?
I have motives other than money.
But there are economic motives, is what I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're totally not into that stuff.
Speaking of animals, they look exactly the same!
You can just see, I don't know if you can see it, they're just starting to like kind of get, their bubbles cling to them and they start getting kind of soupy looking.
Like a cotton ball.
Yeah.
Gross! Also in news, pasta flake hour.
Yeah, the next thing on our list just is
groceries. We
pasta
forgot about the
flake
groceries.
hour. Oh, okay.
Groceries. Last thing, I saw a cool link today. Photos of people, groceries from different places, a week of groceries in different places around the world. So we're going to talk about what we see in these photos now. Here we go. So, here's Mexico.
Well, what was that up at the top?
We're going to get back to that. Don't worry. Mexico, they obviously have lots of Coca-Cola.
Lots of Coca-Cola.
Lots of fruit, though, which is good. Only a little bit of bread.
And this is
nice.
1 week, right?
Yeah.
So they're drinking more than a deuce a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty hardcore, man. This is Mexican Coke, though.
But
let's not forget, with real sugar in it.
Look at all the vegetables. Yeah, but when is that much? I mean, whatever. Look at all the vegetables, and look. There's only like a little bit of. This is one of the most interesting things through all these pictures. Is there's very little like prepackaged, less perishable foods. So you see some of it up here, but that that kind of what this is right here.
They're buying this much water.
Well, they have to buy it. They got to buy the water. Here's Great Britain. So lots of candy right there. Lots of I can't tell what anything is. Very little vegetables, but that I have to assume is more because of their location and less because of their what.
I just want to say that the dog is eating all this candy, and the kids are eating this dog food.
Yeah, that's probably what's happening. Here's the United States, which I don't know if this is a typical family meal week of food. I feel a little put down by this.
In a lot of the country, that makes perfect sense.
I mean,
we eat a lot of prepared
the country
foods here in the United States.
Anyway, all of this is basically prepackaged food. Very little bit. Look, there's like some grapes right there.
They got some grapes. They got a couple tomatoes.
There's some tomatoes.
Give them some credit.
But then there's like pizzas and fast food, and I feel this is non-representational.
Their meat is fresh.
Well, fresh. I feel this is very non-representational.
No, that's extremely representational.
This is not what I buy in a week.
No, it's not what you buy.
I don't know if like there's too much. No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Anyway, here's Australia. Lots of meat.
Holy shit!
Lots and lots of meat.
They just are just pounding sausage and eggs.
Yeah.
Wow, what an awesome country.
Lots of meat.
Oh wait, they're hiding stuff
lots
back
of vegetables.
Too.
And then here's some carbohydrates up here.
Some cornflakes,
some Wheat Bix, and some raisin bran, and some cornflakes. Some frozen fish fingers down here, and then of course they're buying water as well. Oh, and then there's some soda and juices back here.
Yeah, they got it all spread out.
Yeah.
Oh man, so much meat!
Milk,
I love it.
And there's some more soda there, but lots of meat. Lots of eggs. Here's Germany, which is hilarious. Vegetables we see over here. This is juice, and then we get into, I don't know what this is. This seems to be some kind of fancy water. Here's beer and wine. Here's some spreads.
Yeah.
Here's some frozen pizzas. Okay.
Okay, is this our meat up here?
Yeah, that looks like the meat over here. But look at all that. Like, they buy so much of the same stuff. What is this? What are in these cartons? Are they buying like 15 cartons of orange juice at once?
They're German. They're really efficient.
Apparently. Italy. I like Italy. Lots of bread.
I like this kid, first of all.
Yeah, the kid's pretty awesome. Lots of bread.
Lots of bread.
A good amount of fruits and vegetables right here.
Are those tomatoes?
Those? I don't know. Sure.
They're orangey.
Those are tomatoes over here. Those are something else. Then some canned goods back here. Got some sodas. Got some fruity somethings up here.
This kid also. This is a family. This is a family of 4. This kid is part of the Groceries. They're gonna eat him.
Yep. Okay. Here's Canada, which is I don't know if you know is near America.
They got a fish in there. That's pretty cool.
They seem to be buying a lot less than the Americans buy. See, this is why I don't know about this. Anyway, a similar spread to what the Americans had. Lots of prepackaged food. A little bit more vegetables, I guess.
So they got a fish.
They got
head.
more meat. But Americans can have fish heads.
What's
too,
this loaf down here?
I don't know.
Is that cheese?
I can't click on it. Here's lots of stuff over here. There's some more stuff back here, and then
I see Frosted Flakes.
This lady's a cop, and those kids are actually smiling because she has a gun pointed at them. France.
Once again, the cat is actually is a meal,
and the spaghetti. Apparently, this is what they bought at the grocery store. Anyway, look, they've got plates of all their different things. Here's all your fruits and vegetables right here in this little basket. Got lots of water.
Are these walnuts down the bottom?
Yeah, those look like uncracked walnuts. Here's lots of juices. Lots and lots of juices. Some other stuff. You didn't really buy a lot of stuff. There's only one bottle of wine. Oh wait, there's a couple bottles.
I can't really even tell. Their food confuses me.
Those French people. Here's Japan. Even more prepackaged food. But then up here we have tons of fish. Lots of greens and some nice looking tomatoes. And a watermelon.
A round watermelon.
Various sauces. There's this guy on this TV advertising for stuff.
They're going to eat the television.
Here's China. Apparently they buy a water cooler each week.
Yeah.
Lots of meats down here.
Yeah. Ooh, we got some of those funky sausages.
KFC is right here.
Mm.
KFC is actually really big in China.
We got some
vegetables.
Fat shit carrots down there.
Fat shit carrots. There's also eggs and dairy over here. There's other stuff. Poland. I don't know.
They like
this chick is holding an Ewok or something. I don't know what's
they
going on there.
like veggies in Poland. It looks like, and they got some M&Ms up front there.
They do. They have a lot of vegetables. That whole table seems to be vegetables.
Do they eat all that garlic every week?
I think those are potatoes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's hardcore.
This looks like all candy right here, and they tried to balance it out with some fruit, but
They're trying to.
they can't hide. Ooh, here's Kuwait. Lots of eggs.
Is that a head of something down the bottom there?
That right there?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I don't think it's a head. I think it's probably a leg or something. Anyway, meat, fish.
Whole bunch of eggs.
Whole bunch of eggs. Lots of fruit and vegetables. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Got some packaged foods in the middle here. Breads and
We got cornflakes. Like every one of these has cornflakes.
Also buying water.
What's this down here? Is this
It's probably rice or beans
lentils
or
or
lentils.
beans?
Mongolia. Looking good, Mongolia. Lots of good bread. Some woos. Nice looking meat right there.
This is my favorite one I've seen
Some
so
good
far.
pastries.
Yeah.
This stuff. Eggs.
This is the one, Mongolia. Every new piece of information I get about Mongolia makes me love it more. My whole life I've wanted to go to Mongolia, and this just looks like this looks like Hobbit meal to me.
Yeah,
it
looks pretty good.
I want to go there.
Here's Turkey.
Ooh, Turkey's
oh wait,
cool too.
Is Mongolia buying water? No, Mongolia is not buying water. Interesting.
No.
Here's Turkey.
They just drink horse
Lots
blood.
of food. Look at all that bread. Look at all the fruits and vegetables. Look at that sack of potatoes right there.
We got some Coke and Pepsi.
Coke
wow,
and Pepsi's
indecisive
crazy
guys.
freaks. Got some figs right there. It looks like or something.
Olives maybe.
Olives. Oh yeah, that's probably olives. You're right.
I like. They have nice burlap sacks.
Yeah, they
too.
have the nice sacks. That's pretty cool.
That's good. Good. They get extra points for presentation.
Buying their water. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Mali. Yeah, sacks of grain. Lots of grain. Looks like.
Well, not lots of anything.
Well, but I mean a lot of grains and beans. I mean that's a ton.
I guess you add water to that.
Fruits and vegetables here. I'm assuming this is dairy in the middle here, and this seems to be maybe other kinds of fruits, maybe peppers right here. Here's India. Can't tell what anything is, but they clearly have lots of fruits and vegetables. That's nice. Then here's a stack of fried bread.
Of
right
what's that
there.
shit called?
Well, naan. I don't know if it is naan.
Yeah.
It looks like naan, but it may not be naan.
They're Pepsi people. Pretty
Pepsi.
much, people have been pretty much
Wait,
into
that's not
Coke.
Pepsi.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have stuff. Looks good. Ooh, Bhutan. Oh yeah, nice leafy greens. Wow, just like straight up vegetables. Oh, and then this giant bag of flour that child is trying to hide in.
Yeah, they just eat just vegetables. It looks like
Chad.
more giant sacks.
More
of grain.
giant sacks of grain, fruits, vegetables, water. Ecuador. Sacks on sacks. Plantains galore.
Oh, holy plantains! Yeah.
And
And then what are these leeks down the end?
yeah, it looks like leeks there, something there. That looks like a Douglas fruit. What are those called? Jackfruit. That looks like a jackfruit, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. Here's carrots bathing in a hot tub of I don't know.
Yeah, they
lentils,
really
perhaps.
they displayed things. very
Yeah, there's
interestingly.
some cabbage or lettuce there. Yeah, lots of greens. I like that.
How about all this hay that it's sitting on? Are they gonna eat that, or is
No,
that
probably not.
is that
Hay.
boxes of spaghetti that they poured out underneath it?
And then Guatemala, which is mostly vegetables with a couple
Huge.
sacks of.
Huge arse papaya in there. Look at that.
Where's the papaya?
Right here. And your papaya.
Oh yeah, there's the papaya right there.
Um,
There's a giant sack of oddly shaped potato rocks.
and then with this guy in the back. Oh no, that's his. I thought he was like holding something up in front of his face.
This dude's just like, yeah, I'm too cool for food. Got some water here, buying their water. Big sacks of grains. Anyway, that's what. Well, and then let's just for fun. Let's just go back to America real quick here at the top.
just for judgment.
Just for perspective. Which again, I don't know. I just don't know.
Come on, man. You're from Virginia. I thought you guys were supposed to be
See, that's what I'm saying. See, your preconception right there.
Is
this what your family bought every week?
No, hell no. I don't remember. I think my dad pretty much just like had a loaf of bread. We used to make fun of him because like he just had like bread and wine, and that was like his whole entire diet.
We had bread and milk. That was
Yeah.
a good dish. Just whip up bread and put it in some milk.
It's pretty good.
It was good.
I had bananas and sugar was my favorite snack. Just
Ew.
chopped up bananas with sugar. This is when I was like 4.
Gross.
But I don't remember what I ate growing up.
That's the end of the show, everyone. Here, Brian, sing a quick song. Ready? Here we go.
I'm gonna sing the back of the Superman DVD box. With the awesome adventures of this powerfully complete collection, starring to your rescue, 27 disc 54 episode DVD set of the entire Superman, a complete animated series in unique limited curation collector's packaging. Exciting audio and video creator commentaries, making up featurettes, pop-up trivia track and more, plus exclusive bonus 7-disc with the all-new retrospective, the deposit orchestra, Superman. I don't know, guys. Okay, guys, comments. I was letting you go. Eggs! Quickly, they look healthy. Crane, baguette, and sparkling water. Sparkling and frozen peas, boobs. Hey, you're not going to sing me? Why? That's not nice.
I think that was actually one of the better sing in the comments
Yeah.
that we've ever done. Anyway, hey everyone, thanks for watching the show tonight. Have a great week, and we'll see you in exactly 1 week minus 1 hour
Yeah.
at 10 p.m. on Mondays on McCrackenMondays.com.
We're gonna, like we said, we're trying to release more stuff during the week to selfish ends, and but also so you can see it, so you can see all the fun stuff that me and Sam do. Our lives suck actually right now, but whatever, you know, it's cool.
Brian's in school. I have a job. It's just the worst.
We both have jobs for the first time, maybe ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right, guys.
Anyway, have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
And if you don't, I don't.